basically the Japanese and the Chinese, the Asians were all victims of basically these other people, pretty much. Like I said, the they were 150-year-old submarines. They didn't have any communication systems. They didn't have any decoding or what's called or what's it called or whatever's. They didn't have any sonar. I don't think. Maybe rudimentary sonar, but not really any sonar. They were just civilian submarines, and they're only supposed to be going down to 100 feet or 400 feet at most, so they wouldn't actually be hitting anything underneath the water, mostly if they were in deep enough water. And we had good charts, so like I said, that's why all these people were like, well, in 1960, 1940, we didn't really have all that much. Like, that's because you were in a civilian submarine and you were just pirates and basically just part of the shit Congress and shit Nixon and shit Jimmy Carter, and shit fake ass people, and you were part of the whole, the worst people ever. The people handcuffing women to bed to the bed rails inside the submarines and then raping them. And you guys contracted a venereal disease, I believe, crabs, and they call it the John McCain itch and all that other stuff. And the idiots were running around going, "Oh, she's got the John McCain itch. Oh yeah, she wants more. She wants more." Like, I don't know how stupid they were or on drugs they were or drunk, and they were pouring sake and gasoline and all kinds of shit on their genitals just to make it stop itching. But they had if they had gone to see a doctor, but they didn't have a doctor on board because they were a civilian submarine and they weren't supposed to be in there or out there. So, like I said, it's just the disgrace of the Congress and disgrace of basically the U.S. people and disgrace of basically America. Well, not America. Like I say, it's not the disgrace of America. America was a good country, a great country, and blah, blah, and was actually chasing after these submarines, too. Everyone was going after these submarines. China, Russia, Germany, everyone was going after these submarines. And then they post these videos. Oh yeah, those are us. That's us fighting the war against the Germans. Blah blah blah. It's like, no, that's you pirating ships and being a piece of shit. And later, and first you took all the crew down. You took all the crew onto your little submarine, and then you took them out, and then you submerged and drowned them, and then you raped the women like crazy, and then you took them out and threw them off your conning tower after you're done raping them. And then they all rushed ashore with broken arms or broken legs or broken ankles, and then years later, your son says we should take the flags back, and you say no, we can never take the flags back, and blah blah. And it's like, well, the Chinese knew about it, the Russians probably knew about it, the Germans knew about it, the whole world knew about it. Probably the Middle East probably even knew about it. Ships were going missing, and mostly they were preying on older wooden ships that were Chinese or Asian, basically. That's why the Bermuda Triangle ships go down in the Bermuda Triangle. No, they don't. That's just where the White Star submarines were. And like I said, I was like, just look where ships keep disappearing from. And they weren't really disappearing. They would just pick up new crew or whatever, blah blah, or they would try and transfer. I guess they would transfer it over. It's part of the U.S. government, national security, top secret. That's probably why JFK was like, "Howdy doody show." Like, oh. Anyway, so like I say, Congress and basically USA or US gets to live with their patheticness, along with a few other people's patheticness. Like I said, Ireland wasn't pathetic. Germany wasn't really pathetic. China and Japan wasn't pathetic. I don't really know how the U.S. became this epic pathetic of lies and deceit and everything else. Like I said, someone always knew that eventually, it had to come out that I was the namer of America and the one who invented the American government. For years, I guess that would be considered top secret national security. Because they didn't know. I don't know. I don't care. And then there's Rodney, and Rodney thought the Republicans were right. The Republicans are going to fix the government. Republicans are going to help us. Republicans are the only ones actually doing anything. Rush Limbaugh is the only one that's actually doing anything. He's bold enough to tell the truth. It's like, no, the Japanese and Chinese were bold enough to tell the truth. And they had their arms chopped off. And all kinds of other horrible things happened to them. Meanwhile, Rodney's nose, and I'll be your nose. Yeah, Rizal, I want to fuck. Let's go have sex with your friends, too, while we're at it. I wonder if they like coke, cocaine. Yeah, I'm like the president and like the admiral of the fleet and stuff and blah blah, and probably just gonna be a patsy later on. But hey, whatever. Let's go have sex now while we still can. Like, okay, Rodney, you're an idiot. And Rick Bush is like, hey, let's celebrate. Smarter than average bear. Extra, extra. Meanwhile, Hussein just riding around with JFK. Smash! Grab this up, yeah. Oh, it'll be fine. We have JFK's go ahead and do this, and Nixon's go ahead and do this. Oh yeah, it's gonna be fine. A couple years later, no, it's not. Yeah, they said it was gonna be fine. No, it's not. No, it wasn't. If the Japanese didn't take care of it, the Russians didn't take care of it, if even the American citizens were taking care of it. And all those freedom fighters in Africa, the guy that was hiding he won amnesty, and I said he could have amnesty because I thought he was wrongfully accused and all that stuff. But, the truth was that Africa wanted to kill him for chopping off arms and legs and being a psychotic whatever. So that's why he was hiding in North Korea, and he was hiding and didn't let anybody know it until he finally showed his face on TV or something like that, or showed his face, and people were like, "Oh yeah, you know who that guy is? That's the guy who's like running Africa or something like that." And he's hiding. So that's where he's hiding. Oh, in my military base. Kill him. Like, I'm sorry, but North Korea or Korea. It was North Korea. One was a military base, one was a civilian base, and they just had a lot of children and built up. So, anyway, yeah, they were aligned with me. They originally were a German base, blah blah, and someone killed a German or something. I was saying I'm to the Germans, and I gave it over to the blah 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 blah. And then some black people were going over there using it as a club, whatever, where they can do anything. They can even kill people, even watch the life drain from people's eyes, probably. And it was because all the Chinese people, all the Korean people didn't really have weapons and didn't have real bullets. They had guns with no bullets. They were all blanks. And there's just the black people that were there. And there's just 3,000 black pieces of shit with AK-47s and stuff like that in North Korea, basically. And they were just, oh yeah. And my other people went over there and said, none of those Koreans have their guns don't have any ammo. Just the black people have ammo. They couldn't shoot anybody even if they wanted to. And it's like, well, my Koreans actually don't really need weapons to actually kill someone. Ha! My Koreans are actually very dangerous. At least my true Koreans, or my true Asians. Like, that just means this is worrisome for the population. Anyway, apparently they thought that I guess a black person was there. Oh, a light one, I don't know. Like, just shoot me in the head. Like I said later on, just shoot me in the head so I can say I wasn't around epic stupidity. I just want to die so I can say that I wasn't a witness to epic stupidity. And then I can just deny that I was ever here right now. So I could just be like, no. I wasn't around then. I was alive. No. I wasn't part of that. I had nothing to do with that. It didn't happen around me. Because, I'm the epic Lucifer Starline, and this great epic everything, and blah, blah. And then there's all this epic stupidity and everything else, and it's like, I'm just going to say I wasn't here later on. with Rodney, I was like, I'm just going to deny that I was alive then. So I can say that I wasn't around all these other people that were epically stupid. Okay? So, yeah, I'm probably just going to be denying that I lived right now as Brian. Probably later on. Yeah, I'm just going to be like, no, I wasn't there. Didn't happen. I mean, it probably happened, but I wasn't around then. Just so I could be like, no, I wasn't a party to epic stupidity. I was a party to everything else and not here right now.